Don't get your feelings hurt. Read this.
Well, welcome back to Short Film Roundup.
Oh my God.
Sorry about that.
He spilled a drink. You can't see it, but he spilled a drink.
No, you're just mad
It's
because
all over.
You're just mad because that hole that we went through just.
That didn't work out, did it?
I'm glad we
That
threw that
poor
Furby in there instead of us.
That
Because we
poor-
would
That
have
wasn't
died.
supposed to happen.
So there's a little creature that's rather common here in the void. It's sort of like a rodent with big eyes.
It's known as a Furby.
We call it a Furby because it
Yeah.
kind of reminds us of the 1990s craze.
Yeah, back
the Furbies.
from back
yeah,
home.
except these ones say I'm hungry all the time.
And they bite.
And they bite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're rabbits.
Anyway, we found an interdimensional portal and thought it might be a way out. I wisely suggested we throw a Furby in before we try it, and the Furby was turned to pink mist.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was.
It's a waste of a good Furby, though.
I don't know, but it was there, We could
It
have.
smelled good, though.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
That was
Like,
actually pretty good, wasn't
smells
it? Yeah,
good.
it smelled pretty good.
I want to grind up a Furby again.
I don't know if we can really trust D on his leads anymore.
Yeah, your ideas
They
are
don't
just
seem
getting
to
us
go
into
nowhere.
trouble,
No,
man.
but
I want
Anyway,
you
Short
to
Film
accept that
Roundup.
we're here
It's,
for eternity.
it's the place where we
there's a canyon that I know of.
review short films.
Short films?
It's the only show on the internet coming to you from
From an eternal
the
another
entire
dimension.
The entire internet?
Yeah, there's nothing else like this out there. I challenge you to find another show that is produced in another dimension, ruled over by a pretentious demon.
Yeah.
Pretentious demon.
Absolutely.
Yes. Who has forced us to sit here for eternity reviewing short films, which is why we're all here. Today we're going to be reviewing a short film that is submitted to us by you guys, the filmmaking public.
And if you have not submitted a short film yet, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
You afraid we're going to hurt your feelings because
Yeah.
we're going to tear your movie apart and tell you about all the things that went wrong?
But you got to read the disclaimer
Well,
first.
we will.
That's possible. That's likely, actually, that we will do that, but it's good for you.
Yes.
Yes, it's healthy.
You know, it's like taking a multivitamin.
Use the link in the description to take your multivitamin.
There's
Yep.
a form.
There's
Click
a
the form.
Yep.
Fill it out.
We do
Send it
not
to us.
accept.
Don't send us any music videos, any
or-
vlogs, or any web series.
Yes.
Standalone narrative short films. Or it doesn't have to be narrative.
Or
Standalone.
Yeah.
Standalone short films.
We're still waiting for our first documentary short.
First
we
real
don't have-
documentary.
we don't have a
We got a
documentary.
fake
We had a
documentary.
mockumentary.
Mockumentary. It's pretty
Um,
fun. I like that one.
subscribe, because that's a good thing to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
and click that little. There's
The
a
bell.
bell.
Feel like it.
There's a bell icon. And, ooh!
Whoa, time to review a movie.
Mail time.
I wonder what we
mail
got.
Time,
Mail time, Blue's
mail-
Clues.
Copyright.
All right.
Copyright.
It's the mail
Copyright.
that never-
Nope. Nope.
Do you guys remember Dora?
I remember Door.
I remember Door.
Read
It wasn't around
Read
when I was a
it.
kid.
What is the film?
Read the thing.
Huh?
I want to know.
yeah.
the movie.
Okay.
Let's get it done.
Today we are watching Adrift.
All right.
We're
By,
watching Adrift?
It's called Adrift.
Adrift.
Adrift, like
Adrift.
floating away.
Like Cars.
It actually says here it's a nautical horror movie.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that means, but
Okay.
it's by Jeff Carpenter and Nicholas Lucas.
All right.
Yeah.
Nicholas Lucas.
The link to that film would be down in the description. You got to go watch that movie before you watch the rest of the review. So go watch it and then come back and give us your review of the film so that way we know what you thought of it also.
In the comments.
In the comments. Yeah, that way we can have some discussion going on.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Tired of this zero comment shit.
Yeah.
Listen up, audience.
D's pissed.
It's time for you to carry your own weight. Make some comments for us here.
We've been reviewing the whole time.
Gosh, you think you could just lean on our reviews to take advantage of all
So
of our
one-sided.
wisdom without giving us
wanna
any
watch
of your
us.
feedback?
Just like
You're
watching us.
mistaken. If you're not going to comment, you can leave. I invite you to unsubscribe.
That's right. Unclick the bell.
Unsub.
bell.
Unsub.
Get the fuck out of here.
Click the down button.
Get out of here, all right? Sorry.
We-
I may have gone a little too far
We
in a
get
few
a little
places.
crabby.
You don't
Okay,
have to
let's,
comment. You don't
let's-
have to comment.
Let's watch the
It's-
movie.
Let's go watch the movie. We're back.
Hey.
That was a nautical horror film.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Nope.
It's not like SpongeBob.
It's
felt
Copyright.
very much like
Nope.
SpongeBob.
Copyright.
It just has the C in it. Doesn't mean it's SpongeBob.
It felt very SpongeBob.
Nope.
I don't know what that means. Where it felt very
You haven't
SpongeBob.
seen enough SpongeBob.
I haven't.
And neither have
Taylor,
you, Kenny.
What I mean.
Taylor, get us started on. Wait, no, Kenny. Sorry,
Yeah.
Kenny, get us started on this nautical horror film.
Okay.
By wait, what was that?
We have some impressive title reveals.
What is
at
this?
the beginning?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pring. What does that say?
Dingy Dock.
Dingley. Dor-
That's actually
Dingley
no.
Dock.
This is the restaurant they shot in.
Oh.
This is a shout out to
They
the restaurant.
They have their logo.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's cool. You gotta get props.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
interesting.
And then this
That's
is the
insane.
I actually kind of like that.
Permanent Records.
Yeah, I kind of dig that logo. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I like it.
Fine.
Whatever.
Anyway, I liked this part.
I
Yeah,
did too.
But
I
we're talking
love
about the
this.
movie.
I'll get to that. So, where to begin? I guess I'll begin with the ADR. I may be mistaken, but it feels like the entire movie was ADR.
It definitely feels that way.
Okay.
Yes.
I have that green bottle.
You have a lot of the nautical stuff in here, actually.
Yeah.
You have the gold. They have.
I actually made this movie.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is mine.
so now the
This
filmmaker's
is my
going.
movie.
He's like,
No.
No, I didn't make this movie, but I could have. I have all the props. When this guy was circling Japan, I thought this is going to be an over the top oddball comedy.
I did
that
too.
moment was so funny.
That was really.
And
we
then,
all laughed at that.
and then it got very serious, and
Yeah.
I was disappointed because I thought it was going to be very funny. But the ADR kept me from ever getting engaged in this movie.
Yeah.
And then a few other things that kept throwing it off. So first, the ADR is so hard to get right.
Yeah.
And
So
the biggest thing is that it kills proximity in the audio.
I'm sure everyone knows what ADR is, but just in case.
Just in case, ADR is when you go back afterwards and record yourself to replace the audio that you shot.
Automatic dialogue replacement.
Yeah, so there's times when you just absolutely have to do it. Say like you're shooting
additional dialogue recording.
I can do that too, yeah.
on whatever. I just call it ADR. I've never known what it means. All I know is if you shoot on top of a windy mountain,
Right.
you go do ADR. That's
Right.
what you're supposed to do. When you shoot in a place like this, it'd be better if you just had some really good mics.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm just going to say that
You
in
did-
film school.
You did interrupt
yeah,
me.
I did interrupt you.
Yeah.
In film school, we did learn that big time movies almost use 100% ADR.
Oh yeah.
And I think some
Especially
people
on
when
big
they
sets and stuff.
yeah, I think some people when they hear that they feel like they
I
have
think
to do
They
it.
should do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, having some really good mics and 2 boom operators would have been really
It is
the way to do this.
because there's a lot of room. There's
Yeah.
a lot of this. that
Plenty. Yeah, you
did.
could have easily have done it.
Yeah.
And the problem is that all the voices sound like they're coming from the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Right.
They
right,
all
right
sound
here.
equally close to the camera,
Yeah.
right? And so the proximity is all thrown out, so it feels fake, and that breaks your suspension of disbelief. So
Yeah.
that to me, was one of the biggest distractions here.
The other thing about ADR, real quick,
Yeah.
is it changes the performance of the actor
Right.
because you're essentially voice acting also,
Right.
and so that can sometimes clash with what your face is
No
doing.
doubt. It
you know?
takes someone who really knows what he's doing to
Yeah.
deliver the same thing in the ADR recording session as they did when they shot the scene.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Good. What were you saying?
Okay, there were a couple other distractions that took me out of this movie, and these are like super nitpicky things where the filmmaker's gonna look at me and be like, "This guy's a dick." But for example, the bartender goes out. He's looking for someone outside, and he's shouting his name, and we hear echo coming back to him, which is just something that doesn't happen at sea.
Right.
There is no echo at sea.
Because Echo is bouncing off
There's
walls.
nothing for his voice to bounce
There's
off
no
of,
walls,
so
yeah.
it just seemed. I'm like, what?
That is kind of funny.
That was
yeah.
like ludicrous.
Unless they're doing like a docks
joke?
thing with boats.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
When the power goes out, he says, "Oh, it's the breakers," and breakers go off when you've used too much power, not when a storm is hitting you.
Yeah.
he also says, "Oh, there's no the landlines are down because the power's out, and landlines actually stay on when your power's out, which is what's cool about landlines."
Because that nit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm nitpicking. You want to hear a really bad? This is a
Do it.
huge nitpick.
Do it.
The bartender was sweeping the wrong direction.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, the bartender was blocked to sweep in a certain direction. It is not the way people. You don't sweep away from yourself. You pull towards you.
Right there?
He'd be walking the other way, pulling it towards him, not pushing it away. Because
so
that's
stupid.
spreading out debris, making a bigger mess. No bartender is sweeping like that.
I did ask for it.
That is direction, not. It's not natural. Okay, now, those are all superfluous to the big problem with this film. You know what it is.
Yep.
character development.
Character development.
I don't want to say it because I say it in every episode, so you say it, Taylor.
Character development doesn't exist in this movie, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, the guy sitting at the bar, this dude, the bearded, quiet man.
You're pointing to him. And
trying
they
to
don't
try
And
and
they can't see.
The
yeah.
camera keeps floating away. That guy.
Okay.
Okay.
On the left.
He's main character,
So it seems.
right? First to be
It's the one that we end
introduced.
on.
He's
yeah.
the one who makes it the longest,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And we don't know anything about
All
him.
we know is he's slightly somber and he has something up with Japan.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And then he gets that note, or he
Oh,
reads
yeah.
the note
And he reads a note.
that it's probably from his Japanese girlfriend who died.
Maybe.
Maybe we don't know that until the end. Until we have to
I have
infer
no
it.
idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's the main character, and we have tons of dialogue from the annoying drunk guy who gets killed.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
tons of dialogue from the fake
the- oh,
accent
man.
bartender.
So much dialogue from the barkeep.
Yeah.
That's like the most I've ever heard a barkeep talk.
yeah.
This movie, well, actually, one real quick on the drunk dude.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny how the drunk guy started drunk, but as the film kept going, his performance.
sobered up?
No, his performance became childish. Like he tried staying drunk, but his interpretation of being drunk became just acting like a child.
What? How do you mean?
I mean, like he wasn't slurring his words. He was just kind of talking like a little goofy. He's like, "Oh,
kinda-
we're gonna go
kinda
check
whiny.
over there. I'm gonna go check this over there." And he was more like childish,
Yeah.
which I thought was.
I
Kind of
think
funny.
his role was just to be unlikable, so that it's like a payoff when he dies.
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
Maybe.
Like.
Yeah. I think he was meant to be annoying. Yeah.
The other thing with how long this movie is,
Oh,
yeah, the
sorry.
head.
This we just brought up on the screen a
All they had to
Big-
do to fix this scene
big
too
problem.
is reverse that shot.
Start with
Yeah.
this. That's what
Yo,
I mean.
what was that about?
As
Yeah.
soon as we saw this scene, I yelled out loud. I'm like, "You revealed that backwards."
Yeah.
Why would
This
you
is the
start
shot, right?
on the shocking
Yeah.
thing?
Start on the shocking thing.
The head, and then it goes, "Look, a sign. Look, it's a neon sign." So I mean, it should have gone the other way, right? The most interesting thing in this movie is the monster.
Yeah.
Like I think the monster
Monster was really well done.
is kind of
Yeah.
cool and it's really well done. She's creepy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she would be scary if the characters were developed.
Yeah.
If
You know,
there were stakes, if we cared about these people.
that's really interesting to bring up, that something isn't scary if you're not interested in what's happening.
Yes, I think that's totally the difference between just being creepy and actually being scary or
Right.
frightening.
Right.
Is that if we had become invested in these characters, then the monster would be terrifying because
Right.
we would feel the stakes. We would feel genuine concern for them. We would go with them into these scary places and feel our own safety threatened. Right.
So like here, feels creepy, but you know,
And I like that a lot, and the way she disappeared there when the
but
lights
like
came on. It was
you know,
cool.
we're not going, oh no, like I wonder.
No,
what's
Oh
going
no,
on."
I hope he doesn't
concerned.
get hurt.
I wasn't
I
concerned
don't
at all.
care about this guy.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we would have if we had more character development, right?
And it's kind of insane for how long this movie is. For one, how long it is, and how much dialogue is in this movie
Yeah.
for how little character
How little
development
we
there
know.
is.
So
yeah.
that's interesting. So we've talked about whenever you have character dialogue, brain fart.
Whoa.
Yeah, just reset.
You have character dialogue.
It'll come back. Want me to just kick the can and you can come back to you?
It's almost here. Almost got it.
Yes, I see it.
Character dialogue.
Character dialogue. Oh, I'm trying to force it. It's not working. Oh, there it was. Okay.
Hey!
All right.
You said for as much dialogue as we have, we don't have
Yeah.
any character development.
Yes.
Which is really interesting because everything that he says is talking about the story.
Yes.
It's talking about things that happened.
Plot.
It's all expository.
Yeah.
If it had just been how he hates things, could be like he did in the beginning, how like he's talking about the drunk guy, he's like, oh, you're drunk, you know, and he's talking about the breaker. Oh, the breakers. Like, if he just continued just doing that, just exuding his personality, that would be more character development. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most background that we have on any character is the drunk guy just came from a wedding party.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
that's all we know. That's why he was drunk when he came in, and he asked the guy if he was at the wedding too.
Okay. I missed that.
Where is this? How is this supposed to take place? Like, what time period is this? Like,
This is modern.
this is a modern time
Yeah,
with people
it's
who
gotta
just
be.
decide to talk like pirates for no reason, or
Well,
This is
you
just
know,
what they-
this is a floating restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a dinghy pub, and so they're sea people.
so he says things like landlubber.
Yep.
It's a gimmick.
Yep.
It's a restaurant
If you
gimmick.
ever met a fisherman, they all say landlubber.
I just
You know, it's like one of those cool restaurants you go to and they all act like pirates.
Oh, what if it's a themed
just in
restaurant?
character the whole time.
Yeah, it's a themed restaurant. And he has to act that way.
I really like the idea of like modernized pirates. I really like that. Not
Yeah,
not
but
like
those-
Somali and stuff.
I was gonna
No, no.
say those are.
I mean, like mixing the two medium, like having
Is
this
that movie
modern
Captain Ron?
Captain Phillips.
Captain
Phillips.
Phillips. Yeah, not that.
It's a good movie.
I'm not talking about that. But I like the idea of them being like modern people in this like really olden time, you know, and still saying things like landlubber and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. But I don't feel like this was like a comic book that did that kind of thing. I felt like this was
No,
like
and,
it was
and
trying
that's,
to be.
That's
genuine.
why to me it felt like SpongeBob.
Right.
Was because I felt like
Like it
he
felt
was,
campy,
I felt
right?
like he was putting on a fake piratey voice,
Right.
for the purpose of humor,
Right.
and with all the decor and the very interesting looking opening title thing with the
Yeah.
anchor drag through the water.
Like it's
bit.
playful, right?
It all lended itself to something that was going to be lighthearted and playful.
Right.
But the story you told was dark and scary,
Yeah.
and so we have tonal dissonance.
Right.
That's what I wonder how much of this, if any at all, was intentionally campy. I'm just left wondering because I can't really tell.
I can't tell either. Yeah, it feels
I-
genuine. Or not genuine. It feels sincere.
I want to believe that it is intentionally campy, but
I
I
want to too,
really
yeah.
just don't know. Like I can't get a
Well, it
proper
just seems
read
like
on
if
it.
you were if you're going for camp,
There'd be
then
more
there would be
jokes.
more gags.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
but there were no gags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really played like a horror movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just straight horror.
It
for the
felt
most
like
part.
the drunk guy was supposed to be like comic relief. Like he was a gag.
Yeah, the drunk guy is the guy who always dies first in every horror movie.
Right. But he wasn't like goofy like the guy in Jurassic Park, like the lawyer dude. Who's that guy? Not the lawyer dude. Is he a lobbyist? Is that what he is?
He is a lawyer
He's a lawyer?
in Jurassic Park. He's
Yeah.
not goofy.
Yeah, well, he's goofy because like he runs away and he's like cowardly and all that.
Yes. Okay.
You know.
Fine. I'll allow that.
Okay,
Thank you.
I know what you're talking about. now.
Thank you, Ken, for allowing it.
Kenny's really mad that you said that.
His name's Gennaro.
I forgot how passionate you are about Jurassic Park.
I am very.
Deeply offended.
Deeply.
Like goofy. Gee.
Dare you compare Jurassic Park?
Why is this
Jesus.
even in this conversation?
Stop talking.
Jeez. Tread not on things you know not.
Oh man. Filmmaker, you should check out our Jurassic Park episode of Talkies.
Jurassic World,
Jurassic
Fallen
World.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a good movie.
But
I'm not
it's a
defending
fun.
that movie.
You were defending it though, and that was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Gee.
Oh my god.
Are you trying to start something, D? Is that what you're trying to do? Why are you
What am I
instigating?
doing?
You're instigating Kenny. Quick, say
Dress
some-
Spark's really great.
Yeah. Say something about what
Nature
do you
Kids.
like?
Nature Kids is great.
Yeah.
Bringing in my own movies.
Yeah. I love Nature Kids.
Have you seen Nature Kids?
I've actually never seen Nature Kids. I shot some of it.
All right. We're talking about this movie,
Yes.
Adrift.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so the other big thing in terms of impact, we have a scene a little later here where they're looking for the guy who has all the keys. I forget his name now. But they're looking for him, and then they find his head in the water. And they do this reveal shot where they're like, oh, he's dead. Oh, no. But we already saw his head, which makes me question, why did we have that shot of
Well,
the head
yeah.
reveal earlier?
I felt like it was.
This is where it would have made sense.
Yeah, I felt like it was trying to imply.
It's like, oh, yeah, the
threat,
head
but-
is here.
Yeah, but it did feel like that. You're just like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that guy's head. Yeah, that was interesting.
We talk about the camera work.
I don't know what to say about the camera work. It's
I feel like it's all okay. Like none of it struck me as like, oh, this is really bad, but none of it really struck me as like, oh, this is super good either.
none of it seems planned.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
No shot list.
Yeah, it feels like the cameraman was on set to capture the moments. With the exception of some shots, like her going, like the girl, you can see the boat.
Oh. Ooh.
Like you can see the girl come up and you can see the girl go down. Like, those are interesting planned shots. Also, one shot that I actually really, really liked was when, right there.
Oh, yeah, I was interested in this. Do that again.
Yeah. How do they do that?
Yeah.
So back up. Let's watch that whole shot.
Yeah, so
'Cause
like
it starts
they
to
have a little
move.
Star Trek moment there where they go.
Yeah.
But yeah, then all
well,
the things
I-
move, which was really cool.
I have a theory.
You have a theory of what?
Yeah. I have two ways you could have done that.
Oh, yeah.
One is they fully did the Star Trek thing
Yeah.
where they fake the movement and they have a line tied to all these lamps and they pulled it and they tilted the camera and there you go. The other is this restaurant they're in is a dinghy
Right.
and it might have some kind of propulsion. Like maybe they could move it or push it.
Yeah, I don't know if they had that much control.
Well, we don't know that.
No.
You're right. But
But it
Could be.
feasible.
Yeah, it is feasible.
Could be real.
Could be. I mean, it makes more sense to me if it was real.
It looked real.
It looks great.
I know. That's actually a really cool shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, most of the shots hop, back and forth over the line and
Okay.
are just kind of there. I don't know. They're there to show what's happening.
So other than the lack of character development, we also have a story here that was hard for me to piece together
Yeah.
in terms of like why this monster being ghost is there killing people.
Yeah.
Were you guys able to put that together?
No, I mean, I understood that it was probably his girlfriend, or if it was a girlfriend
From Japan?
from Japan, this multiple circle Japan. That's what I was able to put together, but that's it.
Pretty much the same, yeah. From reading the description, that's basically all it does say. It's like it says he's trying to forget his past, and his past is haunting him.
Yeah. And now
And
she
that's
comes out and lives
Basically,
on
what I got. I actually didn't really get that it was his past, though.
Yeah. I didn't
It
really
was
get
hard to...
I didn't connect that it was
gather
his
any of
girlfriend
that.
either.
really
None.
from that whole thing where he's like reading the note.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't.
I didn't connect that the note was referring to him
Yeah.
or was connected to him.
I thought it was
'cause
just some
it was a message in a bottle.
Bottle, yeah, just some
which
random
suggests
thing.
randomness.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And anyway, I feel like the challenge that maybe they had in developing this character as their main is they wanted him to be a brooding, quiet guy.
Right.
And so that gets hard if you're like, well, if he does a guy who doesn't talk, how do you develop it?
Develop him,
and
right.
I think what we needed to see was some of this backstory.
Yeah, the past.
I think
Yeah.
we needed a scene from that past for
Yeah.
all this to connect and make some sense.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to make an 18-minute movie.
And exploring your character's past to development is a super hard thing to do, by the way. Because a lot of people like to show just sympathetic shots in the past, like, oh, this person lost their family, isn't that sad?
Right.
Punisher comes to mind, Marvel's Punisher. Yeah, anyway, it's a super hard thing to do.
You'd have to spend like a good chunk of the movie, like 5 minutes, like in that time period.
Right. Well, and
You know?
it's because it's another character piece. It's basically you have to create another short movie inside of their movie. Yeah.
But that scene alone would have given the context for why we care about this character.
Yeah.
And the context for why this ghost is there in the first place.
Yeah, it felt like there was no conflict here because we didn't understand why she was there in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that being and it seems like that was their intention, to keep her hidden, the context hidden, because that was the shot. The last shot was showing that the girl he was losing his mind over was her. And it's
You know what? Yeah. There's the guy comes in and he's like, girl troubles, huh?
right.
But they didn't show what's
But
in
they
his
didn't-
hand.
Yeah. So that's really weird. To use context as a twist. That's kind of weird.
Well,
Anything else to say?
I like the trails of seaweed that the monster left. I thought that was really cool.
I liked a lot of the
way
I
the
liked
monster
like
stuff.
everything about the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. I like the color change too.
I liked all the underwater shots with the anchor. I loved all the ghost supernatural stuff. I loved all that kind of practical
And
fun.
even out the ADR stuff aside, the rest of the sound
all the
was
Foley.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was. And even the ADR was clean. It was
Yeah.
it was just
Oh yeah,
proximity was
it was. It was just the proximity issue.
Yeah.
And it was fairly well synced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were times
Yeah, a
where
couple
it,
times.
where it lapsed, but
A lot of times it's pretty decent.
that's actually the hardest part is
Getting the sync.
getting it to look believable. And I felt like most of it did look quite well.
It did, yeah.
But the proximity is so hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost have to recreate the condition.
You do. Yeah, I remember we had a ADR assignment in one of my sound design classes, and I had to do Sherlock when he was like really like getting beat up in that fight scene. And so I had to like jump around and like do jumping jacks so that I could get tired also, because otherwise it just felt like he was like, "Hey man."
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think a common mistake people make is they shoot their scene on set where the camera shooting them maybe 20 feet away.
Right.
And then there's another person here and another person there, and they're talking in a triangle. And then they go in to shoot ADR, and they all go like this. I'm doing my lines for
Right.
ADR, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And, well, that's going to sound like you're right up in front of the person watching the movie.
Yeah.
I have one more Foley nitpick,
Do it, man.
and it's where at the end
That's why we're here, man.
he has the
We're here to
bottle
pick nits.
with the thing in it.
Yeah.
He pops out the cork on the dock. He pulls out the message, and he drops the bottle and then pulls open the message, but you never hear the bottle hit the ground.
Oh.
Oops.
You know something?
Could have been a ghost bottle.
You
Could have
guys-
been,
You,
yeah.
you both have picked knits. I think I'll pick a knit.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Mine's a Foley one also.
All right.
And it's when we come into here for the first time and we see the barkeep wiping the table, and it's perfectly silent. And then he goes like this. Very silent.
Japan. Why was that so funny to us?
Because he
When
kept
circled
he
Japan,
kept
we
circling.
just laughed.
Because he kept circling.
And then
He keeps
thinking about
going.
it, it's like, why would you just circle that? Like, what's the point?
Yeah. Like, well, that was the thing. Is like, if we're going, if he's going somewhere, which is what we imagine he's doing by circling something on a map, why are you circling the country's name?
Yeah,
Like,
and like not
You're
like
just-
a place.
Right. You're just gonna go to that whole country, Japan. Yeah, I think that's why it was weird. Is that what you're doing?
I'm back.
Hey.
Hello?
Oh
What?
my God. Where'd you get that?
No, no.
He's not following payment anymore.
Yeah, I don't have to.
Did you shoot this movie, Kenny?
Don't open that! Don't open that!
Yeah.
You'll
So-
release the spirit.
Yeah, we're also nautical fans. If you check out our Instagram, we actually have a ton of photos that are dedicated to this nautical stuff. Do we have any questions for the filmmaker? Or filmmakers?
Yes. Which came first?
The chicken or the...
No. Your idea for this movie or your access to the location?
That's my question.
Was this written because you had a cool opportunity to shoot at this spot, or did you go find this spot because you wanted to make this movie?
That's my question.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Everyone knows the answer to that. It's actually obvious.
It's very obvious.
The egg.
Which?
The egg.
The witch.
The egg.
The witch.
The witch?
Came first. Yeah.
He said it. You said it too. Which came first?
The witch. How much, if any, of this film was supposed to be campy, if any at all, or was it supposed to be?
Yeah,
I'm
I'd be
curious.
curious to that as to your intended tone. Were you hoping for very scary and intense? Were you hoping for horror but mingled with laughter? Or was this meant to be more of a parody?
Right.
And what do you think happens when you die?
Just in general, or
Yeah.
these characters?
Just in general.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys took my questions, both of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I have another one. Why did you ADR?
Oh, yeah. That's a great question.
Oh, that is a good question.
Was that planned from the beginning, or did something go wrong with audio on set?
Good
And
question.
the cool motion shot where all the lights.
Yes. How'd you do that? Stop taking my questions.
I'm just trying to help you out, man. I'm just trying to help you out.
I'm genuinely curious what camera you used.
What camera did you use?
If you're wondering why we're laughing, because that's a stupid question.
Yeah, that's a question we tend to make fun of people for asking.
'Cause it's a
Camera
silly
doesn't matter, right?
Until it does something.
Game Boy camera, I guess I wouldn't shoot with, but
Well, camera doesn't matter until you see a film where you're just like, my camera can't shoot that.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
This I'm just curious because the medium looked a little different. It looked like it wasn't shot digitally, but I could be wrong, so I want to know. Okay, so
Alrighty.
that's it, man.
Thank you for submitting this film. It was
Yeah.
very fun to watch
Very
and talk
much.
about.
Thank you. Dark
I know it
Secrets.
feels like we mostly just dumped on your movie, but you clearly have a lot of talent
Absolutely.
and ambition.
Oh, yeah.
And we would love to see anything else you have if you want to send it to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
More
hope
than
you're
welcome
making
to.
more films and
Yeah.
have made more films and will still be our friends.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not the kind of people who just go and say, you're talented, just over and over to people, because we feel like we like to do more than that.
We're here to give
Yeah.
constructive
Well, this
criticism.
short
yeah,
film,
as
we've
much as we
already
can,
gotten
you know.
over the fact that we've made a movie.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow, you made a movie. No,
Congratulations.
that's what moms are for.
We're not mom.
No, we ain't your mom.
We're strangers here to crap on your movie.
My
That's right.
dad watches every one of my movies at least once a year. He does. Like he'll sit down and be like, "What to watch today?" "Oh, I'll watch one of Kenny's." He does that, and I love him for that. But it's not because they're good. That is not evidence that my movies are good.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, thank you again.
Thanks.
We'll
have to wait for another one?
Looks like it's gonna be a while before we get another red envelope. Another game of hopscotch.
Oh, God.
Hopscotch.
Do you
again?
guys always have to play hopscotch?
Well,
I'm getting a
I
little
don't
tired
have
of
any other
hopscotch.
games, but I did find a little piece of. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but if you
Yeah.
rub it on the ground, it
I
kind
know.
of works
I
like
know.
chalk.
I know you've been drawing penises everywhere, and I'm tired of it. So
It might be Furby droppings.
It is kind of funny though. The penises.
hopscotch penises.
Have you ever
have a better
hopscotched in
idea?
a
What
penis?
would you like to do?
You know, actually, I discovered another.
Oh my
good
God.
No, hear me out this time. Hear me out, okay? Just hear me out.
What? We've heard you out every time.
No, hear me out this time. Okay, so I discovered this new drink.
Where at? Where
It's-
from?
It's a pond.
Okay.
Pond
It
that you
doesn't glow
drink.
green, right?
Oh shit.
Why would you call a pond a drink?
You haven't drinking any of that, right? Oh no. Jeez.
Sorry, what?
What?
Pond?
Do you have leads or not? Are we getting out of here or not? Are you gonna accept that we're here for eternity? Because if you can just accept that, then we
Been
can
watching
review
Short
these
Film
films.
Roundup. If you're still here, you can go now.
My bad.